Your triggers are not other people's problems. They're for your healing. If you were, let's say, gossiping with your friends about someone, saying, you know what, I don't really like how she acts. I don't really like this person. Have you seen how they do this? When you're placing judgment on other people, you realize deep down inside it's because you don't feel that you have something that they have. Or you get triggered by something that they're doing because who knows why? What is it that you are jealous of or envious of? Or why is it that you gossip about how other people have something that you don't have? Or you feel like you are the one that gets to decide who gets what, who, like when, where, everything you think you determine, but everyone's really determining their own lives. Everyone is co-creating their own life, with the universe, with God. We are literally requesting and getting every single request of the beliefs that we have and our thoughts and our words and our actions. That's what actually creates our bigger reality overall. That's what creates the expansion of what we actually believe in our minds to be true. Your self-concept, the identity that you have built for yourself is one based on not necessarily facts, although it might be based off of your experiences, but think about it. Every experience can have a different perspective depending on how you view things. Let's say you look at your childhood. Your mom is going to have a different opinion about your childhood than what you felt. Your siblings are going to have a different opinion. Your grandparents, your teachers, every single person in your life is going to have a different perspective on one same situation. In this case, we're saying our childhood. Everyone is going to have their role that plays out, and that's what they believe. That's what they internalize through their experience. But through that, you should be able to see that because there are so many possible perspectives, how can you really say that one is right? It's only the way that someone experiences it that makes it not even right and wrong, I would say, but it just makes it what that person feels. It makes them remember their memories in a certain way. It makes them feel their experiences because this is how it went. This is how I remember it, even if it isn't necessarily the absolute truth of what happened. Why do we do this? Why do we care so much about these triggers that come up? And why is it essential for all of us to heal these triggers? Again, people triggering you is not a thing. People are simply open to say what they say, right? That's why we have things like free speech. People are allowed to say things. The way you're taking it personally is because there's unhealed work that you have to do. And you might be thinking, no, there's some things that people just can't be able to say. Like, it really hurts a certain demographic or a group of people. I totally understand that. But at the same time, why are we focusing on what those people are saying? If you genuinely want to change the state of the world, you have to start with your beliefs and creating better beliefs. Really, I don't think that anyone, or okay, no. A lot of people realize this, but we need to realize this more and more. Wherever you put your conscious energy into, you're going to create more of. So think about it. You're scrolling on social media, you see some negative news, you see some report about someone, something happened, all this negative stuff is coming up, and you think, oh my goodness, look at how I'm right. Look at how this person is being targeted. Look at how this person's being treated. Look at this government. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. And you might even send it to your friends, send it to the people around you because it brings you comfort and relatability. But what you're not realizing in that moment is that by engaging with this negative post that you don't like, by sharing it, by repeatedly talking about it, by bringing it up in your conversations, you're actually doing the whole universe and the whole world a disfavor because you are literally amplifying what it is that you don't like. Anything that you give attention to expands. Anything. It doesn't matter. If you think it, if you speak it, if you truly believe it, you will amplify it. And that's the thing. The universe does not care if it's good or bad because the universe doesn't see things in black and white. It's just beliefs. It just says, any beliefs that you have, I will show you how they're true. I always say this. Why do you think that there's so many people that believe in different economies, different religions, different cultures, different everything? Why is it that we believe these different things? Yet we're all humans. We all kind of have the same experience. It's because when you truly believe something, you will find evidence for it in your life. This is why people also don't understand when it comes to manifestation and doing all of this mindset work around this stuff. It doesn't matter to be like the universe doesn't really hear your positive. that's not really, again, a thing in the universe. There's vibration, there's, a higher vibration, a lower vibration, like working with frequencies. But at the end of the day, the things that are up here, the things that you're amplifying, anything can be amplified, right? And it takes a collective to change a certain outcome on something. That's why it's so important, not only for you to be doing your inner work and healing and focusing on yourself, it's just as important that the community that's around us is also very clear on these things. Because I don't know if you've seen, there's been so many meditation groups and stuff that have happened where people just collectively and consciously putting their focus on one thing literally creates energetic shifts. Like, not just energetic shifts, like things that you see in your real life, like things that happen because like groups of people are formed to think better thoughts or to have like some collective good action. And I think about this when I think about Dr. Joe Dispenza. You probably know him. He's very, very famous. I want to say neuroscientist, but I think he's something else too. I can't remember exactly, but he's written so many books on the subconscious, like rewiring your beliefs. He wrote that very popular book, The Power, or no, what is it called? The Habit of Being Yourself, like breaking the habit of being yourself. Spiritual, what else did he write? Something like, I can't think of it. I literally read that book and I can't. Supernatural? I think that was the name of the book. Supernatural. All of these different things. And Dr. Joe Dispenza goes all around the world, literally all kinds of different countries, and gives these talks, these like seminars for like a week long, where he uses the power of things like meditation and visualization to bring communities, bring groups of people together, and literally cause all of their collective mindsets to shift something in the world. So I myself have not been on one of these. I would love to go sometime. It sounds fascinating, but that's pretty much what it is. You're sitting with these people, again, these like-minded people, and you're all focusing your energy on something, some kind of collective action that you want to take. So many times we think the way to win an argument, the way to discuss is just to scream louder, to say something more offensive. But in reality, like, it doesn't actually have to be hard. You don't have to be, think about how when you discipline a child, you don't have to be physically violent with that child for them to understand you. At that point, you're going to cause fear in them. But there's so many ways of informing discipline without it being this extreme sort of punishment. So back to our example here, when we bring this collective group of people together to consciously think about something, what is it that they're actually left thinking? They're finding new ways, new processes to be able to understand what's going on in the world. And if they can't understand it, at least have the capacity to form their thoughts together so that there is some kind of collective action taken. Again, you can manifest very powerfully on your own. As individuals, we are extremely powerful, like 1,000,000,000 times more powerful than you may think. But if you think that an individual is power, wait until you see what the collective does. Okay, the world at large, countries, nations, continents actually bring up new ideas. And if you're thinking, no, this can't be true because then there wouldn't be so much war in the world, then there wouldn't be so much disagreement. Do you understand my point from earlier? Where I'm saying the reason that those things exist is because we keep giving them our energy. We keep giving into it. So you might be asking, okay, so I'm not supposed to care about anything, so I'm not supposed to put my opinion or feedback into these things that obviously are not like good towards the world, not bringing more peace. What I would challenge you to do is focus on what you want. Rather than going to a protest that's an anti-war protest, go to a protest that's a pro-peace, okay? The universe does not listen when you say the word not. It doesn't listen to the word not, don't, can't, nothing. So if you're saying something like, let's say, I don't know, let's say you're manifesting, you're saying, I'm not lazy. I don't want to be seen as lazy. For my entire life, everyone always told me that I was lazy. You saying I'm not lazy is the exact same as you saying I am lazy, because the universe, again, does not listen to that word not. So if you take that word away, what are you left with? What you started with. So again, what is it that you actually want in this case? Put that into the phrase. If it's I don't want to be lazy. What's a positive way that you can say that? Like positive, so quote unquote, if you know what I mean. What's a positive way that you could say that? I accomplish many tasks. I'm so proud of my accomplishments. I do things in a great amount of time. Like whatever it is that you're going to shape it as, just make sure that it's intentionally put by exactly what it is that you want. And then start noticing about how much negativity the world speaks about. I mean, the news is one thing, but genuinely look at your conversations and look at, again, if you're talking about something, you're amplifying it times 2 or 3. Because even when you think something, when you believe something, you're amplifying that. Let's say that's like one time, like, or 2 times, let's say. When you think it, you're amplifying it 2 times. When you're speaking it, you have thought about it already a good amount. That means you're amplifying it like 4%. And then think about taking action with that. That's like tenfold. That's like 10 times the amount of energy that it takes to actually transform something, to create something. And again, the universe is never going to stop you from creating something that's good or bad. That's up to you. But we need to come into the awareness and the consciousness of why these things happen, why these things matter, why it actually matters the way that you speak about your life, how you speak about the world. That's one thing I feel like I've really turned the page on, and I really, really want to set my mind to the positive of what I want to view it as. But for so long, I've been complaining about this government, and that's not working, and I've stepped a lot in, like, from how I used to be. I used to be like very intense, like I need to be in everything, I need to have an opinion about everything, which of course I can have an opinion about things. But at the same time, I know that my energy is so much better used on something like this. Something where I'm creating something that is going to ripple. Something where one thing that I could say could ripple to someone else, could ripple to someone else. And it's a positive thing. It's something that I want to open people's mindsets to be able to see. This changed my life, like not to be corny, but like when I started really believing and knowing that this is how the universe worked, like this is kind of like the little like secret behind the window, the secret behind the closet, it changed everything. Like it still does. And every day I'm reminded more and more. And every day I learn new things where I challenge myself and I'm like, am I going against my own word? Am I going against the beliefs? Am I going against what I'm teaching right now? But it's such a positive way to bring me back to what's my center? What's my core telling me I need to act as? You know, not only is it one thing to be saying it to a camera in front of me, it's a completely other thing to actually live it in my life. And I truly believe that the more that one does that, like the more that I do that in myself, for myself, like literally just for the betterment of me and the people around me, the more that that energy is going to magnetize to other people. Again, it won't be hard work. It won't be strategy. It won't be, oh, try this, try this, try this. It literally won't be ever. It never will be, for me at least. It's never going to be a step by step by step. This is how I made it. This is how I got my message across. It's simply going to be the energy that I present is going to be attractive to other people. It's literally like magnets to magnets, a positive and negative charge. Like they're just drawn to each other for some reason. It's the yin and the yang. All of these examples from different cultures, from different time periods, all know like when those two energies meet, they create magnetism, like they create fire. The world literally comes up in flames in a positive sense here. But yes, just remember that. Back to what we were saying in the beginning when it comes to triggers, again, your triggers are literally your body's way and your mind's way of telling you there's healing work to be done here. And again, even if it doesn't feel like it, even if you're like, everything in my life has told me that I need to believe this certain thing, if it doesn't bring you joy, if it doesn't bring you joy now, you're doing yourself a disservice. Again, sometimes we think the louder we scream, the louder we preach, that's when we'll finally get our voices heard. It's never, ever, ever going to be like that. It's honestly going to be when you realize the power of your energy and you literally take that energy away from spaces that do not deserve it. There are so many spaces, there are so many beliefs that do not deserve our time or our attention. Us playing into that only magnifies it. Think about how twisted that is. Do you really want to amplify the things that you're against? No? Then start literally speaking what is, okay? Start speaking what it is that you desire And and yeah, it's going to take time, and you're going to feel like a phony. You're going to feel like you're lying. You're going to, like, all of these things, sure, you're going to feel that. But having that mindset shift literally could change the trajectory of not only the world at large, your bloodline, your lineage, the people around you, your sense of belonging in the world. Like, everything could truly change because of your mindset shifts. And that's what I teach on my channel. That's literally why my name on my channel is Mindset by Natalia. I've always known that starting with your mindset can lead to so much grandeur in longer terms. So with that being said, thank you for watching today's video. I will catch you in the next one. Bye!